All right, those were our chicken thighs in our muffin tin. I'm now gonna bring in my Sweet Baby Ray's. We're gonna add a generous amount of Sweet Baby Ray's onto each pieces of our chicken thighs. And I did wash my hands after placing our chicken in there, so we are all sanitary there. So let's just make sure these get nice and coated. You can use whatever barbecue sauce you prefer, but I love me some Sweet Baby Ray's. Now I'm gonna just grab my little brush and make sure that these are fully coated in that barbecue. And if you feel like they need a little bit more, you can go in with another squirt of that barbecue sauce, but these are gonna be so delicious. And I did grease my muffin tin if you were concerned about that. So let's go ahead and get these ready. All right, and these are ready for the oven. My oven is set to 375, and this is gonna be in there for about 50 minutes. All right, we just pulled our chicken out of the oven. We did have it in there closer to 40 minutes. Now I'm gonna bring in my Colby Jack cheese, and while our chicken is still hot, we're gonna grab our slices of cheese. We're gonna break it off into 4 pieces so that we can get a slice of cheese on each piece of chicken, just like so. And as it's sitting there, it should get a little melty and just perfectly delicious on top of our chicken. You can use whatever cheese you like. Colby Jack is my household favorite, so we had to choose the Colby Jack. But let's just get our chicken covered in cheese. Yummy. All right, we have our cheese on there. We're gonna just place it to the side so it can get nice and melty. I have here my savory buttery rolls, Hawaiian rolls, and we're just going to get those out. And I did already pre-cut this, but let's remove it from the box because we don't need the box. And then we can take the tops off of our rolls, just like so. All right, and now that that cheese is nice and ooey and gooey and melted, we can grab our chicken thighs, and we're gonna put 1 thigh on each of our little rolls, just like so. And I did grease my muffin tin, so these are coming out super perfect. They shrank to such a great size for these Hawaiian rolls, and you can toast your rolls if that's your style, but I like my buns as is. So let's get these on here. All right, last one on there. We got some nice drippings from the barbecue sauce. Now I'm coming in with our cooked bacon, and we are gonna add bacon to our sliders. It does not get any better than barbecue, chicken, and bacon with that delicious cheese. Oh, my mouth is watering. I cannot wait to give these a try. And you can add as little or as much bacon as you like onto each slider, but come on, these are coming out way too good.
Well, I'm so excited to give this a try.
Beautiful. Now, for some fresh stuff, I have some shredded lettuce, and we are just going to go a little crazy with the shredded lettuce. Make sure all of our sandwiches, our little sliders, get a healthy amount of lettuce. And that melted cheese is helping that bacon stay into place. Life is good. Everything's coming together for this perfect little barbecue easy lunch. All right, and we are adding some red onion to this as well. This is optional. If your family doesn't like onion, you can skip it, but my family loves onion. We love chicken, we love bacon, we love everything that's happening here, which is why this is a game changer. We're just gonna add a healthy amount. I only cut up about 1/4 of an onion. We don't need too much. Now, no sliders complete without a sauce, and we are a ranch family, so we are adding a drizzle of ranch. So we have our barbecue, chicken, bacon, ranch sliders. Oh, and look at that drizzle. Ken's knows how to do it. Yum! All right, let's put our tops right on there. Make sure not to touch your sauce. And we have the most stacked game day lunch. All right, so let's just kind of cut our buns so that we can make sure we get a perfect slider out. Woohoo! Let's give this a try. It's so stacked. That chicken is cooked beautifully. You're gonna love this. All right, we started off with 2 packages of our little beef smokies in our air fryer. Now I have my Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue. You can use whatever barbecue you like, and we're gonna add a generous amount of barbecue to our little smokies. Now you could use a kielbasa for this. You could use the traditional little smokies, but whatever you do, it has to be a nice, delicious meat in your air fryer. And we used about 3/4 of our barbecue sauce. Now what goes great with that barbecue sauce is a little bit of brown sugar. So we're just gonna kind of sprinkle that right on top. You can use as much or as little as you like, depending on how sweet you like, but just a nice little sprinkle will go a long way. I think that looks absolutely perfect. Now we have some wash your sister sauce, or whatever you call it, and we are gonna sprinkle a good amount on here. You can add about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons right in there with our little smokies, barbecue sauce, and brown sugar. Now I'm gonna add some additional seasonings because I like to have a lot of flavor on these, but this is optional. I'm adding some onion powder. This is gonna be the quickest appetizer you've ever made. Of course, we're gonna do some garlic powder because what is an appetizer without a little bit of garlic, am I right?
Yeah, totally.
Now we're gonna add a little bit of salt to cut that sweetness, and this is gonna just be perfect for this super easy appetizer. Great for the summer. You don't have to turn on the oven. You can just do it all in your air fryer. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna add a little bit of pepper because I like a little bit of heat, a little kick with my little smokies, but you can season this however you like. I'm just using my favorites. Beautiful. All right, now it is time to mix this. I just have my food grade glove on, and we're just gonna mix this super easy, the easiest way to mix our little appetizer all in the air fryer. I do have the rack on the bottom of this, so these are gonna get nice and toasted and heated up and just bring all the flavor. It's so great if you're having like a 4th of July party, Father's Day, whatever you wanna make these for, people will love them. All right, these are ready for the air fryer. We're gonna turn this on. We have it on air fryer. We're gonna temp this at 375, and then the time is gonna be about 10 minutes. Right in there. Let's go. All right, there's 3 minutes left, but I'm pretty sure these are ready, so we're gonna go ahead and stop that, and let's check them out. Oh yeah, those look absolutely perfect. They smell incredible. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring over my serving platter. This is just like a little oven-safe platter with a lid, and we're gonna spoon these right in here so that people can just eat them with a toothpick. So good, so easy. Literally the quickest appetizer. It was only in there for 7 minutes. Does not get any better than this. You guys are gonna have to try this out. All right, now you could just put the lid on and keep it warm, but we are gonna try these out. I have a little glass of toothpicks. You can just dig in. Oh, be careful, they're gonna be super hot.
Are they good?
Those are incredible. Oh my goodness, you have to try them. All right, I just threw in my Pillsbury Grand biscuits, and we're gonna go ahead and let those deep fry, get nice and crispy and brown. This is gonna be an easy and yummy dessert slash breakfast. I think after a little while, you'll be able to tell what I'm making. But all you need is some biscuits and some oil, and we're gonna have something delicious in seconds. Ooh, see how it's browning up already?
Nice, looks great. So it's gonna cook all the way through in this oil, huh?
Yeah. Gotta make sure they're nice and golden brown so that they can be fully cooked in the center, because that center is gonna be filled with something yummy. Okay, when they look like this, they are done. Go ahead and put them on your paper towels and let them cool off. I'm so excited.
Smells delicious.
All right, these are cooled down. Let's put them to the side. Grab a bowl. Grab some chocolate instant pudding mix. And then 2 cups of milk. You can use whatever milk you like. I just have this already in my fridge. 1, 2.
2 cups.
All right, let me get a whisk. All right, now mix that pudding up. I think it's perfectly mixed. Put that to the side. Grab our donuts. Oh, I told you what they were.
Oh, they're donuts?
Yeah. All right, grab a knife. Put it just like this and twist. We want to create a hole in our donuts.
Ooh.
Just like that.
Okay.
Do that with each one quickly. All right. Check on that pudding, see if it's thickened up. This is what we want it to look like. Now to easily put these into our donuts, I have a piping bag ready. We're gonna go ahead and put that pudding right into the piping bag. My little trick is I put my piping bag in a cup, a really tall cup, so that stands up straight for me. Okay. Don't wanna put too much pudding in there. We can just eat this for dessert.
I want some.
Okay. Woo, almost lost it there. All right. See, it's already coming out. This is gonna be perfect. Woo. Okay, grab a donut. Right in there.
You just squeeze it in there, huh?
Yep, I'm squeezing it into the
I
donut.
can see it going.
Woo, just like that. All right, so of course, we don't want just plain donuts with stuffing in it, so we have some Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning.
It says Cinnadust.
Yeah, and we're gonna be heavy-handed with this.
Load it up.
Yep. I'm gonna just flip it over, get some on the other side. Ooh, yeah. This is gonna make it extra good. Better than just like sugar and cinnamon mixed together. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So that brings me back to my childhood.
Right? All right, let me grab a plate so we can cut one of these open. Right, time to try one of these babies. Let's go ahead and go for this guy right here. I'm just gonna cut it open just like this. Ooh, trying to slip by me. You ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfectly cooked.
The biscuit's perfect. Look how much pudding fit in there.
That's amazing.
Okay, let's try this.
Try a bite. Ooh, it's crunchy.
That is better than I thought it was gonna be.